Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lucia. Now, just FYI, this episode is probably going to be maximum about 5 to 7 minutes because there is actually not much to talk about in the world of sports at the moment. Everything is just in a lull, waiting for training camp and the NBA finals to finish. Yeah, there's nothing really much else going on in terms of that. So, let's get into the news that I've got, and then next week I'll be doing a finals review show and giving you more news and also some updates in the NFL because training camp is about to begin, which I'm excited about. By the way, July is the last month without football, and then football's returning. I'm super excited. I've actually tried figuring out ways that I can watch all of the Giants preseason games as well as the Giants season, and it's taking a while. So if anyone's got any tips, just link them in the comments section. If I could speak English, that'd be amazing. So Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with a torn MCL. Now look, people have been coming out saying, "Oh, this is not that impressive. This is not that impressive." I believe it is. I believe it's the most impressive thing that I've seen Tom Brady do. He is 43 years old. 43. Most 43-year-olds, if they're in the car for too long, they get sore legs and they can't move for the rest of the week. For me, I'm 26, and if I sleep in the wrong position, I am messed up for the rest of the day. So the fact that Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with a torn MCL is incredible, and that just adds to his legacy of being the greatest of all time. So this year he's literally not going to have any injuries. So I wouldn't bet against Tom Brady. Now, Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, is going to be coming back to the Packers. For a long time, I've been thinking in my head, and I don't quite know if I've said aloud, how I thought that Aaron Rodgers was going to leave the Packers. But this week, something changed. When he was at Tahoe, he was discussing his future, and he said something about he's going to take the next week off and then start to work out and see where he's going. I think that is giving an indication that he is going back to the Packers and that he's going to be staying with the Packers for at least another year. I don't see it lasting longer than probably 6 to 18 months. A year. Probably a year. Then he'll be traded next year. Yeah. I think that next year he's going to get traded, but not this year. And this will be good for him. Be good to go back to the Packers. Be good to have that one last run year with him, and then maybe he can go somewhere like the Jets, or if Zach Wilson, God help his soul, works out with the Jets, it's going to be fun to watch them. But yeah, I don't see Aaron Rodgers leaving the Packers this year, especially when we're 2 weeks out from training camp. Suns and Bucks are all tied up. I am so grateful that this is such a great series. I still say Suns in 6, but I hope it gets to a Game 7. I hope to God this gets to a Game 7. It deserves to get to a Game 7. Chris Paul needs to wake up and start playing like Chris Paul. Devin Booker has been playing like Devin Booker, but Chris Paul has not been playing like Chris Paul. I don't know whether it's because of COVID or whatever he has. But yeah, it's time for Chris Paul to start waking up. Giannis has been playing out of his mind, which is incredible. Really stepping up. I just don't think that the Bucks have enough willpower to get them over the hump. I really don't. And yeah, I'll be reviewing that series in next week's episode. I'll be doing a lengthy discussion on that. as well as some off-season stuff. And in other off-season news, Ben Simmons is officially on the trading block. Now, I personally think it's going to Portland. It's either going to be Portland or the Warriors, because the Warriors are looking to get rid of both their picks for a player. I think that player is Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons needs to learn how to be a good team player, and who best to do it under than Steve Kerr. I think that Steve Kerr will bring the best out of him. So yeah, it's either Portland or the Warriors, but let's keep our heads on about that. Let's keep our eyes out on that. So yeah, as I said, next week it's going to be a finals review plus some pre-training camp notes for the NFL. And again, so sorry for this short episode. News has been super slow, which is actually a good thing. When news is super slow, that means that nothing's getting too tortured, which I'm happy about. So that is all for this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports Podcast with me, Lucia. So I'll catch you all next week. Bye.